Everybody, Reagan from Alberta Basketball here. I know we're all excited to get back on the court as we are in stage 2 with our Government of Alberta regulations and phase 2 and phase 3 of our return to play with basketball, which involves modified training in small groups and a return to modified games. So some important things that we need to go over to make sure that we're returning to play safely as we get back out there on the court. So in our phases of return to play, we can start in phase 2 or phase 3. We definitely recommend that you do take a phased approach and ease ourselves back into the court, build up the conditioning, build up the strength, as we've been away from the game for a relatively long period of time, longer than we're used to having breaks during our seasons. So let's make sure we're smart about our return to play. When we get back out there, though, there's some important things that we need to do from a paperwork perspective, which is, obviously something that's part of our new normal with the game. So we need to make sure that we are doing our daily attestation, screening forms, and our event participation waiver. So in our return to play documents here, if you're running the event, it's really important that you do a contact tracing log and make sure that you keep track of everyone who's in the gym for a given period of time. This really especially applies to cohorts and camp type structures where people are going to be together in over several different events on the floor. So contact tracing log, you can find it here in our return to play documents. Make sure you keep track, do one every day so you know who's in, who's out, and if there's for some reason a positive case of COVID, that we're able to have this record, that we can make sure that everyone can get tested safely, and we can help control the spread of COVID-19. So also we want to make sure that we're doing our daily screening when we come to the gym. So everyone should do this every day and make sure that they have no symptoms and that they haven't been in contact with people, that they haven't traveled, and so that everyone coming to the gym can be as safe as possible and self-screen as best we can. So other player checklists and things we can do from home. We won't go over these in detail, but you can make sure you do these things, when you're leaving your home, before you come, at the facility, as you arrive, and during the activity, and then after leaving in the appropriate way as well. We also want to get down here in our documents and make sure our event participation waiver, make sure that these are filled out before we start any on-court activity each time you come, so that you know that you are safe and that we are limiting risk and exposure for our organizations as we get back on the court. And then your daily attestation, so that again, are knowingly not experiencing symptoms of COVID-19 and that you haven't been in contact with those who have or traveled outside of our areas. So it's important to do all this paperwork before we get back on the court. So all of these things are available at abbasketball.ca. Please make sure you read these documents and have these forms at the ready when people come to the gym. So if there's anything we can help with, please feel free to reach out to us, info@basketballalberta.ca, or give us a call at the office, 780-427-9044, and we can help answer any questions and make sure that we are helping facilitate a safe return to the court for you as an individual and for those organizing cohorts, camps, and appropriate events at this time.
For our Hoops at Home series, here are a few drills that we can do as we get back into basketball and we return to play. So our first drill, we're going to be working on our footwork before we get into our workout. We're going to be working from the elbows. We're going to have 10 of our inside pivot going off of our inside foot, and then we're going to have 10 of our reverse pivot, a drop pivot, where we take that inside foot and we drop it back. Here's the focus of our drill. We want to focus on our first 3 steps as we move away from the basket. We want to create that space so we can get our shot off. From there, when we get to our footwork, we want to be low on the turn and we want to be wide when we square up. Our eyes immediately find the target and we go right into our shot. For this drill, we're working on a back pedal away from the hoop on a shot. We have 5 spots and we got to make 10 shots from each spot. What we're focusing on is we want to have active feet moving away from the basket. We want to try and keep a low center of gravity When we come to a stop, we want to have a wide base, and we want to make sure that we're on balance with our energy going away from the basket. We have to come to a good stop so that we can be on balance to shoot a good shot towards the basket. Again, 5 spots, our baselines, our wings, and the top, and we have to make 10. This is good for our conditioning, good for our balance, and a good challenge for all of us as we work on our shooting. For this drill, it's rip, rip, shot. So we're working from the wings on the 45. We're gonna spin it out, get a rip on the wing back to the baseline, 1 or 2 dribbles hard for a pull-up, get the rebound, we're going to the opposite wing, ripping it back to the baseline, 1 or 2 dribbles from a pull-up, get our rebound, and we're coming straight up the middle and getting a catch and shoot 3. Then we're repeating. We're doing this 5 times, giving us 15 shots. We wanna make sure that we set our goal on what we wanna get out of 15, and then we repeat it. So, 15 shots, wing, wing, top, repeat. We'll add a conditioner where we're attacking the elbows. We're gonna go for 1 minute. So you're gonna see how many makes and how many attacks to the basket you can get in 1 minute. We're gonna attack an elbow, we're gonna plant our foot, we're gonna take 1 dribble after we attack the elbow. When we turn to the basket, we're gonna finish strong, get it right out of the net, attacking the other elbow, planting with the opposite foot, 1 dribble, and attack the basket. We're going for 1 minute. This should be used as our conditioner. You should be going all out in this drill. Finish, set a goal for what we want our total to be. Let's have at least 5 made free throws, and then we're going again. We know everyone's excited to be back playing basketball. I hope everyone's following the protocols laid down by the Government of Alberta, Canada Basketball, and Alberta Basketball. If you have any questions, please visit our website, abbasketball.ca. Use this time to work hard. Make sure you have fun. Stay safe.